Hello, everyone. So today is the 1st of October, 2024. Made it to October, and the Royals started off October right. They got the win today. Over the Orioles. So they just got to win one. Excuse me. Just got to win one more against them, and they move on to the on through the playoffs. So awesome stuff. And now we get into our thing, the question of the day to start October. The question of the day. And I do have a sponsor. I have Patches. Patches is the sponsor today, even though she's walking. But that is our sponsor. We have Patches. Alright, so now let's get into it. So, see if they have any spooky questions for October. Excuse me. Have you ever been to a haunted house? And if so, would you go again? Heck yeah, we're starting off right for October. I have been to a haunted house. Depends on now. Depending on your definition here, I actually kind of sort of lived in a haunted house. Our old house, anyway. It was across the street, but there used to be a different trailer sitting there than what there is now. When that trailer was sitting there, yes, I had some experiences. Now the house is sitting there now. I haven't had as I had. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't had any experiences in there since the new house has been put on the property. Although my parents and sisters said that they've had experiences. I'm not saying they haven't. But everything kind of dialed down for me after that house was put in. But yeah, I had experience where something called out my name more than one occasion. I had it where the door on that location would open on its own but would never close on its own. And on this rare occasion, the door closed. And I never saw a hand, it would just close. So, well, at that time, we called this thing Gus. I mean, because the story Gus the Ghost. So, because we didn't know the apparition's actual name was. Well, the door closed, and I said, "Hello, Gus. How are you doing?" And I heard it go, "I'm not Gus." I'm like, "Holy crap." And I ran out of there real quick to see if anybody was down the hall. Nobody was coming or going. I think Dad at the time, he was the only one up. No, I take that back. Everybody, take that back. But anyway, I know he was in the kitchen table, or at the kitchen table. I asked him. I think he was the only one around at that time anyway. I wouldn't say he was the only one up, but he was the only one around at that time. It's like Joni and Mom already went somewhere. But anyway, so I went over there to Dad and I asked him, I said, "Did you just?" And he goes, "No, I've been sitting here for a while." So I told him what the story was. And he was just kind of like, "Wow." I was like, "Yeah, it literally just happened." Like, and you and I are the only two in this house. So, but again, all I got is stories. I don't have, actual evidence. But that's what got me into the paranormal. And then after that, and watching ghost hunters on television. Um, I know there's even one instance where we had a oh um, entertainment center, and there was a cassette tape up there on top of the entertainment center, and I remember just watching it because something didn't look right, and all at once that cassette tape comes down and hits the floor, and I was like, "That's what it was. It was free floating." Because it almost looked like it was up there, but not quite up there. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, and then once I seen it just crash down, I'm like, it was free floating. So that was an instance there. I think whatever the entity was as time was going on for a little while there, it seemed like whatever it was getting more and more powerful. But then for some reason, all at once, it just kind of quit. So I don't know what it was or who it was. I have no idea. I don't really think it was demonic because it never really tried to, you know, other than the knocking the cassette tape down. And I don't think it ever really tried to harm anybody or anything like that. It seemed more on the lines of trying to get your attention than it did trying to harm you. So, but like I said, is pretty much as quickly as it started, and all at once it kind of slowly but surely just kind of went right back down. And then once the mom and dad got that house, I never had any more experiences. That was pretty much it. But let's see. I've been to the penitentiary in Kansas, or not in Kansas City, but in Jefferson City. Um, had some experiences there. We've been to the winery in Lexington, had some experiences there. We've been to the Elms Hotel. Uh, these are all with my girlfriend Angela. We had some experiences there. Um, the Bothwell Hotel in Sedalia. Unfortunately, we were on the wrong floor, so we didn't have any experiences there. Nice old hotel, but we were on the wrong floor. We were supposed to be. We found out later the activities on the second floor. I think we were on the third floor, so we didn't get anything. But oh well. Or as the second floor knows, I don't know. But anyway, we're on the wrong floor. So, but we didn't feel anything that night. I know for the winery, if I'm not mistaken, that night we had just a weird feeling, and then there was like a mist above our bed at one point. We couldn't really explain the mist, but we've never really stayed there at night. That was our first night ever there. So, I mean, we don't know what it was, but there's definitely a mist. What else? I mean, they said we could pretty much walk the grounds at Lexington, but when we got out of bed to kind of look around and stuff, I think there was one guy that pretty much stayed down below just to watch the place or whatever the entire night. And, the hallway and all that was pretty much lit up all night long. So I'm pretty sure it was just so that way you could get around. But yeah, but the mist was definitely. And then the Elms, I had an experience where I believe I saw an apparition in our hotel room. Well, first before that, there was something that kept. I think it was either knock on our door. I think it was knocking on our door. We kept hearing knocks on our door, and we go out there and look, and there's nobody there. Happened several times, and I mean, we would be quick to look, so because we thought maybe it's just a kid playing a game on us, and we can never find anybody. And we talked to the people at the hotel, and they said, well, what room are you all in? And we told them, it's like, yeah, those rooms there have been known for that to happen numerous times. You'll hear knocks and nobody's there. Like, wow. So yeah, we had that experience, and then like I said, and not too long after that, when we got, well, later on that night, I think it was pretty close to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was awake enough at that time, and I'm pretty sure I saw a lady apparition of a woman in our hotel room in a nice white dress, and it looked like she's getting ready to go downstairs. And then she just kind of turned, walked, and then disappeared. I wish I would have, you know, looking back now, I wish I would have been a little bit more awake, and I probably would have went down to see what was going on in the ballroom that night. Since I saw her, like, who knows, maybe they would have been putting on a dance for us. I don't know. But there was that, and then the penitentiary, we had what looked like shadow figures walking in and out of the cells from time to time. Just like not enough where you could really see them, but you could see like kind of like shadows, kind of like come close to the light and then all at once dart the other way. That, and then Angela got a picture of what looked like an apparition looking down at us from one of the blocks higher up. So it was really interesting. We had a lot of fun at those locations, and yes, I definitely do it again. Now, as far as now, I've done the other haunted houses too. I've done what you would call the fun haunted houses, I guess, or whatever, where people dress up to try to scare you. Um, the fun one, or the best one, although it's really a series of haunted houses all rolled up into one, is if you go to Worlds of Fun for Halloween night, they have like a series of 6 or 7, I think. Might be 8, I'm not sure. But they have quite a few haunted houses that you can go to. Of course, if you got the pass, then you can kind of whiz right on through them. We didn't have the pass, but we really enjoyed ourselves. I think that was when my sister went with me, and if I'm not mistaken, we hit up 6 out of the 8. I think there's 8 that night. I think we hit up 6 of the 8, so we didn't do too bad. And the only reason we gave up, because we had more time that night to at least hit one more, to where we would have got 7 out of the 8. The only reason we didn't was just because it was getting a little bit cooler out, colder out, whatever. Neither one of us brought heavier or heavy enough jackets, so we were both getting cold. And we looked at our watches, and like it was already 11 o'clock. So, which means, I mean, 11 o'clock is nothing, but, you know, it's the idea that, hey, we still got an hour and a half drive back to Lamont. So by the time we get back home, it's going to be about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I think it turned out to be about 1 o'clock by the time we got home. So, well, 12:30. So pretty close. Time we got, put it this way, time we got bedded down is about 1 o'clock. So, but we had a lot of fun. I would definitely do that one again too, and some of the other haunted houses around here. I think there's been a couple that Angela and I went to that I thought were a lot of fun. They're just put on, they're local haunted houses. They weren't ones we had to travel to. We had a lot of fun with those. I do want to do the Worlds of Fun one again sometime though. That one is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's my answer to my question. I have been to the real haunted houses and the fun haunted houses, and I had fun at both, and I would definitely do them again. It's what got me into the paranormal in the first place, is kind of living in one. So, but yeah, I hope that answers the question, and I hope you all are having a great night or day or whatever this may be. And yeah, that is all I got for y'all for this video, and I will see y'all later. Peace out.